Hello YouTube, I Fix It All here, Team I Fix It All. We got an EdenPure heater on the workbench here, and it landed on my workbench because customer says it's not putting out a lot of blowing power. She's not real sure if it's an element that's broken or whatever. This is a model 4136. It's A4136 RTL. A4136 RTL. The back of it says it's up on Whipple Avenue in Northwest Canton, Ohio. But then you flip it over and it says made in China. Date code is 10/2011. Well, I don't know how to get into this thing. I've got some screws in different places. I'm just going to try to take a side panel off for now and see if we can get into it like that. Hang tight. Let's go ahead and see if we can break into this thing. There's screws on the back. I've already ran this and all of the functions operate. It just, I don't know what's normal, but I suppose the first thing I should check is the filter. This thing is filthy. Let's see how the filter comes off. I looked up a manual on it, so I became familiar with it. Yee. Maybe we're on to something right here. I need a tool. Let's see if the filter comes out. Oh, there is no filter. Houston, I think we just found our problem. If there's no filter, it's most likely the fan is goobered the hell up with all kinds of fur and whatever the hell else a household can acquire from animals and so on and so forth. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on maybe blowing it out and see if it helps it any at all. But I'm attempting to see if I can get into this by taking side covers off. Alright, so that's that. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Come on. Let's just see what we achieved. Oh yeah. Stuff is, well, that's worthless. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is the left side, so I'll keep that on the left. Maybe. Oh, this is going to be a real pain in the ass. Hang on. Big sheet metal cover. Let me not waste your all's time. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. There's plastic covers on side of a metal container. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So let me pause you and let me show you what I'm talking about. Take that cover off and it reveals that. Yeah, I'm going to dive in right on this side because I think I can. I've got 4 or 5 screws along through here, a couple through there. This is really There's a lot of screws involved in this. There's no real easy entry point on this guy. A lot of hardware you can screw up and miss. I can guarantee you there's a nice metal cover on the top, so I'm not even going to try to take the top off yet, I don't think. Let me keep poking around. Hang tight. All right, so here's what's in here. Got a terminal block, transformer of some sort, air intake ductwork over here. I think I'm zoomed in. Of course I am. Wires going out to the front control panel. Heating elements. I'm going to continuity test these. I think I should be able to do that. There are probably elements that go in, around, and back. There's 3 elements. Oh, there is no element here. Interesting. Somehow, some way, air must... I ain't going to study the airflow. I'm looking for a fan. So let me stick to my mission to break this down further. Okay, just so you can see, it's the same thing on the right hand side. I got a crap ton of screws to take out here, both under and down. Got screws along here, screws along here, and screws from underneath. Busy bee. But I have 2 categories of screws. I have exterior covers, which would be a plastic cover and the metal cover. And then exterior covers, which are all plastic. Then I have interior cover, which is the metal. Just in case anybody else is going to work on theirs. Let me keep chooching away. So many covers. I'm not mad though. There's a top cover. Goodness gracious. Will I ever get this thing back together? Oh my God, it looks so complicated. And I believe what we're going to find out is a fan is clogged. Let me keep taking screws out. So this is what it looks like with the covers off. I found the squirrel cage fan back here. Heater element terminal block right there. Looks like there's a heating element out front. And it looks, this is where my air comes out. There's a control panel. It looks like I can maybe take some screws out and see if I can see the heating element behind here. And here's this side we've already seen. There's the top. It looks like I can get this front cover off and lay it to the side just to examine the front and see if there might be a secondary fan that I'm not seeing. Let's keep plugging away. So I got the control panel off and there's obviously a heating element back here, but This circuit board sure could use cleaned off a little bit, but where this kind of stuff gets tricky is tracking your hardware. So to hold this panel on, there was no reason to do what they did that I can think of, but I'm sure there was a reason. But the bottom of that panel had short self-tappers and the top had long. I don't see any provision in the plastic to require long on the top as compared to the bottom. I don't know what's going on down here on the bottom two holes, that perhaps maybe there's something on the other side of that wall that long screws would bump into, so they had to use shorts. But I'm going to continue taking this front cover off. Hang tight. And so, wow, we get all that dismantled to take that off because we think we're going to expose something, and we run into another wall. This is great. I'm going to have to shine a light down in there and see if I can see an element. There's screws, but of course there's screws I can take out. There's a screw there. A screw there. So there's 4 screws to get to that cover. Hang tight. Oh my goodness. If you needed to replenish your self-tapper screw bin, this is the machine that you could take apart to harvest up self-tapping screws to last you for quite a decent amount of time. Let's see what I can reveal. Voila, there's a heating element. My God, I'm never going to remember how to put this thing together. Okay. So there is a heating element right there. I think what I'll do is power this thing on the way she sits and just kind of see if things glow. I got to find out what's under this. This might be a temperature sensor for safety. See, there'll be an advantage to this because it'll tell me if all my elements are glowing, then I know it's just an air circulation problem. I'll take the leaf blower to it and blow it out. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking it outside and I'm going to leaf blow the damn thing to clean it out. BRB. Okay, so I ran my air hose outside and blew it out. Looks like I got to take this off, this black part. I'll figure it out. God, there's so much hardware. Hang tight. Okay, so I got the back took off. I can at least lubricate the fan motor up. I can see the 2 bushings right there. I can even go deeper if I choose. But looks like there might be a benefit for me to take this off anyway. Take Geez, you guys can't see shit. It looks like there's a benefit for me to take this off right here, because then I can see the elements up through there, I would think. Which I found real interesting. Let's see, the air comes in the back, gets sucked through here, and gets blown. Somehow there's ductwork that forces the air out front. I'll figure that out. Maybe it just goes through here. So these big round holes here. Shine a flashlight up in there and see. Yeah, that's how it goes. I see it now. There's a step toward the rear of those openings. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah, so air comes in here and goes out the front. It's not exactly ideal. It doesn't flow. There's too many 90-degree turns, so there's a lot of static losses in this. Yeah, so the air comes out of there, and then all of it gets packed, but it's all going to end up getting pushed through these openings and out the front. Yeah, static losses are when air hits a wall and it has to turn, a sharp turn. Nice little temperature probe right here that monitors the incoming air from the filter side. Let me blow this out some more because I could hear stuff flopping around and stuff. Let me do some more air blowing. Hang tight. Alrighty, I'm going to continuity test some of these elements out. What I'm going to do is follow the red wire over to the terminal block. Let's say this one here goes there. The other side of it goes to another terminal block on the other side. I have 2, 4, 6 elements. Let's test the front one first. So I'm going to where one end terminates on a terminal block. Let's go to the other end. Yep. So here's this front element right here. It's just a wire. Well, it's a wire inside of a glass tube. Okay, that one's good. We'll go to another heating element. Bottom, lower, front. Bottom, lower, front. Okay, we're going to go to this one. Upper one. Okay, let me just finish checking all these. Okay, so all the elements continuity tested just fine, so I don't have any reason to think we have an open element. With that being said, I'm going to try to arrange this thing where I can power it up like it sits. And I lubricated the motor. I blew it out real well. I'm not afraid to power it up like it sits. I just think that I never did look underneath here to see what this was. It might be a safety cutout. I'm just thinking that it may not operate for very long because it'll overheat because there's no air blowing across the elements. But I'll get to at least see if they glow, and if so, I'll put it back together and call it good and turn it back over to the owner, first thing I want to do is make sure I'm clear to do what I'm about to do, that no wires are possibly going to get compromised in what I'm about to attempt. I got my control panel here where I can work with it. I got power on and off. Alright, so here we go. Let's see what I can do. Okay, we're getting action. Nothing smoking, no breaker tripped. Hit the power on. Why is the fan not turning? Yeah, that happened to me last time. I'm going to power down. Why isn't the fan going? The fan's not running, but it was running before. Hang tight. Okay, so I seem to have it running. The fan is working. It's real quiet. It really just doesn't put out a lot of air anyway. I had the elements on. And go to mode. Turn the heat down. And the elements do glow. I can see all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I assume this one's glowing. I can't really tell if it's glowing or not. That's not a very high CFM fan by any stretch of the imagination. It could be better. But right now it's not good to run it with the elements glowing and not have all that ductwork cover on to cool the elements off. But that fan is real super slow. And I believe they're supposed to be. I really do. I don't believe these things are supposed to put out a jet of air. So I believe we're done. I'm not going to make you suffer through putting it back together. I verified it worked. I got the fan lubricated. I got it cleaned out. And I'll just have to button it up. Alrighty guys, you have a good day. See ya.